And she sat there for 7 hours. That's really crazy that she sat there for 7 hours. Woman gets $688.35 in ER bill for spending 7 hours in a waiting room without being treated. So I brought this to our attention. So I'm like, okay, we need to be aware that these type of things happen. The woman says Emory Healthcare told her, you get charged before you're seen, not for being seen. Let's read that again. The healthcare, Emory Healthcare told her, you get charged before you are seen, not for being seen. And I'm not a medical person. I've never worked in the medical field as far as nursing or anything is concerned, but I do know enough about medical and visiting the ER and what is the other thing? Ambulance and stuff like that. I know enough about that to know they're calculating. Soon as you sign your name on the dot and you say I'm whatever, whatever, you're getting charged for everything. So I do know that's true. Like they're adding it up. In other words, they're making a tally of everything that they do to you, everything that they do to you. So here's the thing. I want to read this. She spent 7 hours in a waiting room, waiting for emergency room staff to check out her head injury and left before receiving any treatment. But the real headache began when the hospital billed her almost $700 for the visit a few weeks later. Now that's weird. And I bet it is the fact that she signed in, but I still don't think she deserves a bill. Now, I know some of you are in the chat and you are medical and you understand how this goes. So please explain to me a little bit further how you can, is this astronomical or can you see how this happened to her? As you guys are typing, let me finish reading. She said, I didn't get my vitals taken. Nobody called my name. I wasn't seen at all, Taylor Davis told local Fox affiliate. She said that she went to Emory Decatur Hospital ER in July for a head injury and waited as long as she could stand it. I sat there for 7 hours. There's no way I should be sitting in an emergency room for 7 hours. And you know what? I agree with her 100%. There's no way that in America, but I know that this it depends on what's going on. I will say that because I do know enough about triaging that they have to do what they have to do. But again, it's a head injury, but also she wasn't seen. Please leave a comment. I hope you guys are commenting. I'm not looking at that just yet. So again, she said her vitals weren't taken. Her vitals weren't taken. Nobody called her name or anything. And she sat there for 7 hours. That's really crazy that she sat there for 7 hours. Leave a comment down below. Replay gang. Are you sitting there for 7 hours? I'm telling you right now, I'm not sitting for 7 hours. Only time I'd sit there for 7 hours if I know that there was a major hurricane, a major accident, like a reason why I'm sitting there. But I'm not sitting there. I'm not even trying to be funny, but I bet this hospital is in the middle of an urban communities, lower economic community for sure. And I got a dime on that for sure. So she was charged $688.35. Davis says she called the hospital after receiving the surprise medical bill because she was convinced it was a mistake. I would be too. But she says that she was told it's hospital protocol. Even if you're just walking in, you're not seen. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So what you're saying is you're charging a visitor? Come on, stop. Here we go. When you type in your social security number, that's it. You're going to get charged regardless, she said. Wow. Of course, she goes on to say, I'm very reluctant to go to the hospital now. Wow. And so the article goes on to state that the Fox 5 in Atlanta received a copy of the bill, a past due notice. And yeah, that's when they said you get charged before you're seen, not because you're being seen. Wow. I'm going to the comment section. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And I agree with you. All I saw was head injury, and they didn't check on this woman. I'm glad she's still living. Exactly. That's what I don't know if y'all heard me, but exactly, Sunshine, she says. I understand triaging, but this woman is sitting there with a head injury for 7 hours. I'm telling you, I already know that this is not in a high-end, affluent neighborhood. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And she's probably black. I hate to say that too. But there's been this whole misnomer, this stereotype, this thing where most of the time, and it's been freaking categorized. So I'm not making anything up. And if you know me, I'm not about divisive speech. That's not me at all. But it's a thing where black women's pain and pain levels and all of that have been definitely discredited. And I'm someone that happened to in childbirth. Hence, let me give it to you straight. Hence, me giving birth to a 10-pound baby without any medication. That wasn't on purpose. That is awful. This is awful. And I know that she's probably lowering up, hopefully. And I didn't read further down. So here's the thing. I understand that staffing is hell right now in everywhere, but definitely in the medical field. I know many nurses, I know many doctors, I know people in the field, and they're like, we are hurting, and people are quitting in droves. A lot of it has to do with the demand, but a large percent of it has to do with the inoculation requirements that's going on, and people are not able to take any type of religious exemptions or anything like that. So there's a mass exodus in a lot of fields, but the medical field for sure. Not counting the fact that these people have been on the front line during this whole thing, underpaid, underserved, and everything else. Come on now. Mm-mm. So Bless Reborn says she does for Christmas. Michael Jackson does for Halloween. They do it. Happened to me before. Miss Berry is serving me Beyonce with these bundles. Great look. Thank you, Natasha. You see it. Listen, don't play. Thank you, ma'am. Then she asked the staff. I would have bugged them until they saw me. That's what I was thinking, Bless. I know I'm not sitting. I already know I'm not sitting there. Okay. I have patience for what I have patience for, but stuff like going to the car dealership, going to the ER, stuff like that burns me up in the sense of having to wait. I can't stand it. So I avoid those places like the plague. But if I have to be there, thankfully, knock on wood and everything else, I haven't had a situation beyond having my babies, but I already know I'm not sitting there just dormant going, I have a head injury. You think you want to look at me? Absolutely not. Natasha says, I'm from Canada. We don't pay for emergency room visits like that. That was the other thing that I wanted to bring up. I know people from that are living in Canada. I have a friend in France. Of course, being military family or prior military family or retired military family, however you want to say it. I have friends all over the world living in all type of places and describing the different medical systems that they are experiencing or the country that they have. And I've said it before in a different situation. There's just it just doesn't make any sense to me why the richest country in the world and the most powerful country in the world, we're still talking about ER visits and medical bills. I'm just saying, don't at me, at your representative. Blind Guy says, recently someone that I know paid for a virtual visit. The doctor looked at her for 2 minutes and said, go to the ER. My God, today. And she had to pay that money too. Virtual visits are huge, but the thing about it is that can be a racket also, because if they triage that person, look at them, like you said, for 2 minutes, and they end up having to go to the ER, they still have to pay the virtual doctor. That's not a carryover. That's not a free for all. What are we doing? Like, I think the virtual visits are good for what they're good for, um, in certain situations, but they can be dangerous, I think. And but ultimately, if someone really needs to go to the emergency room, that's kind of, yeah. Bless says, I'm not sitting there quietly for 7 hours. Me either, sis. Head injury, and they didn't check on this woman. I'm glad she's still living. Absolutely. Exactly. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Again, right now, do it. Hello, replay gang. I love the fact that y'all are so interactive, and I just wanted to shout y'all out and say thank you, because y'all be listening, okay? Because sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll get the notification, so and so said da da da, and I will answer you. Y'all already know it. So Shout out to you guys. I wish that you could join me live, but I know and pray that we can have the interaction even when you're catching the replay. April says, right? Hello, beautiful soul sisters and handsome soul brothers. Hello, Blacks Tropical. Good to see you. Evening, Melissa in chat. Melissa, I love your look tonight. Thank you, sis. Stay on standby. We need all spare nurses. Yeah. It's bad out there, y'all. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not, like I said, have not ever been, the closest thing that I've ever been in the medical field was I was a support coordinator working along with medical staff and everything to get services for the little kiddos. That was as close as I got to the medical field, only because that's just not my thing. But my entire family, in some way, shape, or form, they are or were in the medical field. My mom's a nurse, grew up around nursing and all of that, and her friends and all of that. So yeah, I felt like she waited too long. And I almost feel like there's more to the story, but I'm not going to do that to her. I talked about that. So yeah, I wanted to bring that story to y'all because number one, I want to know why she sat there for 7 hours. Number two, head injury was not seen immediately. Don't understand that. And then number three, absolutely want to discuss the American medical system. Leave a comment down below if you're for universal health care or just government funded health care.